Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here with your money career reading for the week of June 9th through June 15th. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers, subscribers, and channel members. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I do trust that you have all had the most fabulous, fantastic week, that everything has gone smoothly, that you are here in this TGIF energy and all is fabulous in your world, in your reality. We have had so much rain, so many storms coming through. It's like the whole day is beautiful, sunny, warm, super nice. And then like 5 or 6 p.m. hits and it is black and cloudy and rainy and stormy and trees falling and all kinds of stuff. So it's been a little bit wild. I'll just say that. Okay. All right, let's jump in and see what is coming through for you as far as money and career go this week, Aquarius. Oh, wow. Well, we got a few. Let's just jump in and check it out here. Ooh, look at that. All right. Actually, we're gonna do a little bit different. We're gonna get a couple tarot cards coming through. Oh, I have the deck upside down. How often do I do that? It seems like it's been happening more often. With the deck being upside down. Interesting. That is my own kind of energy coming through there, isn't it? Awesome. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Let's see. We're going to get one of these guys at the end. But let's jump in. Let's see. Develop a plan. Okay. Starting off here with develop a plan. Some of you, Aquarius, need to really get into this space of kind of putting like some strategic systems into place, really moving things, right? You use your positive intention to manifest. So creating a plan, having strategic systems in place, and using positive intentions, right, for manifestation. This is going to be your dynamic duo, okay? Not only creating or developing a plan, but actually taking action towards it, but also using your positive intentions to manifest, okay? This is that dynamic duo energy. This is that energy coming through of, all right, you know what? I have chosen what I want. I've gotten clarity. I've created a plan, right? Developed a plan. And now I'm moving towards that. I'm taking action towards that. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm going to continue to move forward no matter what is showing up. Okay, no matter what is showing up. Now, that doesn't mean that there might not be a moment for reflection or like shifting or pivoting. Yes, of course, always that feedback, right? Always moving into that energy of really being on the top of your game here. Okay, being on the top of your game, always being in this place, Aquarius, where you're like, okay, I've got this here, I've got that here, I've put these systems into place, I've developed a plan, I've got that positive intention to manifest, I've got that clarity, maybe I've got a list, maybe I've done a pros and cons, maybe, right, coming through as far as like having everything kind of set, creating like bite-sized chunks that you or goals that you can continue to move for or towards in manifesting your positive intentions as far as money and career go. Sometimes we get stuck in a loop. Sometimes we're in this space or this place where it's like, oh, there's nothing I can do. There's nowhere I can go. I don't have this. I don't have that. But then we sit back and we're like, dang, you know what? Listen, Aquarius, I know, you know that you have knowledge, that you have learned some lessons, that you've had some experiences, that some of you have gone through school and some of you have gone through like standard or structured schooling, like college or university or whatever it may be. And others of you have gone through the hard knocks of life school, right? But you have lessons, you have resources, you have knowledge that you have learned that some of you haven't like pulled out just yet, and it's time to pull that out. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling as if things aren't working out, as if you're feeling like, you know what, I can't make any more money, I've hit the glass ceiling, it's just not working, it's not coming through, it's time to pull this dynamic duo out. Okay, it's time to use it. Spirit's like, yeah, it's time, it's time. And also you have these two coming through as well, right? What do you need to learn to move forward? And it's time for discipline. Listen, Aquarius, listen closely, okay? This is really, really exciting news that Spirit is bringing through. Finally, you are going to have a lucky breakthrough. Oh my gosh, Aquarius, listen closely, okay? You are going to have a lucky breakthrough during this time. You need to buckle down, okay? And you need to focus on this information that Spirit is bringing through in this message. What do you need to learn to move forward? Okay, many of you have the resources, many of you already have the lessons learned, and yet for some of you there may be a little bit more that needs to come through. Maybe you need to take a business class, okay? Maybe you need to take a budgeting class. Maybe there's a class that's going to get you, or a learning, or maybe something on YouTube that is going to get you into a space, into a place of deeper understanding for maybe the career you're going for, or for entrepreneurship, or for, you know, starting your own thing, or fashion, clothing, a clothing line, or a jewelry line, or writing books, being an author, or you know, creating games for some reason, a gaming system, or an app of sorts is coming through here. Do you need to learn something to move forward? Something more? What is it? Okay, get really clear, get really honest with yourself. Back here at developing a plan. See, this is your very your first card out, which is your most potent, your most important card. Develop a plan, okay? Develop a plan. You are in the space for a lucky breakthrough to come through. Finally, Aquarius, but there is action that needs to be taken. Develop this plan, right? It's time for discipline as well. Some of you have been kind of willy-nilly doing stuff and then expecting your bank account to just explode, or expecting clients to show up, or expecting sales to come in, or expecting these opportunities to show up without actually being disciplined about it, and or being consistent about whatever this is for you, Aquarius. Okay, you have this energy around you during this time, Aquarius, and that is always potent around you if you decide to tune into it, to tap into it, and to use it to your advantage. That is going to require some discipline. Okay, good news, Aquarius, because you can always tap into discipline. You can always look at what you need to learn, what resources you feel like you might be kind of disparaging, and maybe you don't have this one little piece, or maybe there's something that you feel as if you could do a little better or learn a little more about. Okay, that is where Spirit is wanting you, or assisting you, or nudging you to tune into creating this plan. Also, when you are setting intentions, are you setting intentions to really have all of the things, or are you really setting intentions? I mean, are you setting them positively, or are you setting them with a goal of not actually having any movement? Isn't this interesting, Aquarius? Because what's coming through here with this developing a plan, some of you are staying in this stage and not actually moving forward. You're just always planning, analysis paralysis for some, okay? This dynamic duo came through, Aquarius, because this is what is needed, but you also need to have the other two steps. So if you are thinking about this in kind of the terms of the message that Spirit's putting out here, develop a plan is step one, okay? But you have step two, right? Use positive manifestation, or positive intentions towards manifestation. Move in this positive light, knowing that the universe, Spirit, God, divine, higher power, higher self always has your back, has your best interests at heart here, Aquarius. Now, this isn't just for money and career, this is for everything, okay? And then also, what do you need to, so step two here, step three, what do you need to learn to move forward? Okay. What do you need to learn to move forward? What are those? Here's step 3. Step 4. Okay. It's time for discipline. Knuckle down and get the ish done. Do it. Okay. Do it. This lucky breakthrough is here, Aquarius, and it requires you to become disciplined. It requires you to develop a plan. It requires you to use your positive intention to manifest. It requires you to look at what you need to learn to move forward. It requires the discipline. You have to take the steps. We get into this space, into this place of thinking that everything can fall or will just fall or drop into our laps. Now, I'm not saying that that's not possible or never happens, because I do know that it does. It's happened for me. And yet I also know that there is those kind of ideas, those intentions, those actions that I potentially have taken in the past without even realizing or understanding that created momentum for that. Okay. There is momentum that is needed to take or create action or create the movement, right? The action, the momentum. It needs to be. And we get into these places where we think that if we just sit and watch Netflix or watch YouTube or don't ever do anything, that we're going to have the freedom that we want. And that just really, really isn't, right? Now, doing visualizing all of that, I really am a firm believer, and this is my training and my background, which I don't share a lot on the channel here as of yet, but that you create from a space of your mind, okay? Your subconscious mind, reprogramming, rewiring your imagination, creating within the mind before, right? Having it in the mind before you hold it in your hand. All of that does create your freedom. And that is inclusive in taking action, as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully you're understanding this is coming through the way that I am putting this out, or the message is coming through from Spirit, Aquarius. Sometimes the messages are can be difficult to bring through. And so some of you may be feeling that way as well, that you may be having a difficult time with communication or clarity as far as what it is that you are doing or where it is that you are going. But there is this exciting news that Spirit is sharing with you, these 4 steps, Aquarius, that can bring you to this state of freedom as far as finances or your career go. Some of you feel like you have not been in a state of freedom, okay? Some of you have not been feeling as if you have been really moving into this. Some of you have been feeling as if, for some, that there may be too many options. Hopefully that's coming through with that 7 of Cups. Some of you have been feeling as if there's too much, there's too many moving parts, there's too many options, there's too many things to be able to make a choice and stick with it. And for some, that is overwhelming. That is too much. For others, you're like, gosh, but there's so many. How can I stick to one? Or why should I stick to one? Okay, there's lots of opportunities, but be careful. Use caution as far as all of the choices go with money and career, because again, analysis paralysis. Sometimes there's so much out there. Sometimes there's so many options, so many choices that we don't have create or stick with one thing. It's all the shiny objects, kind of like the cards, really shiny, all the shiny objects kind of thing. And Spirit's taking you back to or redirecting to develop a plan. And it's time for discipline. Okay, it is time for discipline. It is time for discipline. This is very lucky energy coming through here, Aquarius, because you do also have the Judgment card coming in here. Okay, and with that Judgment card is this kind of finding this purpose. It's like all of a sudden you're being risen from, whatever past things were happening, or the past beliefs, or the past judgments, or whatever it was that you potentially held upon yourself. And you are moving into the state of purpose. You're holding yourself accountable, right? Being disciplined for what is happening and showing up as far as your career goes, as far as money goes, but not only that, as far as your life, the reflection of your life, right? looking around and seeing what is happening and what is going on in your life, and kind of potentially where your intentions have been or where your thoughts have been. If you've developed a plan, what kind of resources you've been using, if you've been taking any action, if you've been disciplined, if you've allowed yourself freedom or to stay in a struggle. This is all part of this, Aquarius, and you're really moving into this place where you're reflecting on it. You're reflecting on the habits that you have created. You're reflecting on your own work values, your own values, or your own kind of the way that you do things as far as money or spending habits, that kind of thing as well. And it's moving you into this new kind of place, right? Where you're beginning to see things differently. You're beginning to understand. For some of you, it's almost as if you're maturing, okay? This is very, very exciting news, Aquarius, because it is bringing in a lot of abundance for you. It is bringing in a lot of kind of for some of you, first steps, new steps, right? This is the Two of Wands is another card of planning. So see, Spirit began this with develop a plan and is ending, although we do have a card here, but this last original card out is back to planning your next career move, planning your next financial move, or your first steps as far as a new career, or as becoming an entrepreneur, opening your own business, doing kind of your own thing, developing a product, right? Developing a digital something, right? And or developing kind of a financial investment plan or a plan as far as money goes. Some of you have big dreams. Some of you are planning long term. Some of you are really looking at a building or a structure for a business, or a raise or a promotion, or buying a house, or taking a vacation. All of this can be inclusive as far as money and career go, because we need to be able to support our dreams. And Aquarius, you're moving into this space, right? You're moving into the space with this lucky breakthrough that Spirit is bringing through for you here, finally, of being able to fund that, being able to do all of the things, right, that you have wanted to, being able to have that freedom. And there does at times need to be a bit of sacrifice. So Spirit is bringing through these 4 steps for you to get you on that path to create that kind of final lucky breakthrough. Ooh, too many energy that some of you have felt for quite a while that has been eluding you. Spirit's like, no, it's not hidden. It's right here in plain sight, Aquarius. It's right here in plain sight. And you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to take the steps. You have to be willing to develop the plan. You have to be willing to set the positive intentions. You have to be willing to look at what resources you have and what you may need to learn to move forward. You have to be willing to be disciplined. You have to be willing, right, to really move into that space and to not have that shiny object kind of syndrome, or allow yourself to not be overwhelmed, or kind of, even if there are a lot of options, a lot of choices, to kind of refine that down, right? So you're able to stick to something, okay? And then build from there, of course. All right, so we've got J.K. Rowling. Again, the first part, I have the little book here, the only part that really tells any. Our first part is how to make money. Of course, we all know J.K. Rowling. If we don't, let's think of Harry Potter. Probably many have heard of that, right? It says, as far as how to make money, it says a stroke of genius requires a slog of follow-up. See, that discipline, you keep moving towards it. You keep moving forward, right? It requires a slog of follow-up, so you just continue. Many of you probably know a little bit about J.K. Rowling's story. I don't know a whole lot, but I believe that she went through sent out many transcripts for Harry Potter over years, and nobody was interested in them. Finally it happened, and that's where you're at. This good news came through for her, just as this good news is coming through for you. This lucky breakthrough is what she had, and that's what you're having as well, Aquarius. God, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Okay, now our second part here, the little house thing, hopefully you can see that, is how to keep hold of it. So how to keep hold of the money. It says there's no magic spell for doing the work. That means that you see, Can't make it up. It's time for discipline. You have to do the work. There's no magic spell. You are the only one that can do it for yourself here, Aquarius. You want a better, um, you know, life as far as your career goes, or you want more money in the bank, more finances, right? More money. There's no magic spell. You just have to tune in and do the work, and Spirit's got this plan for you, okay? And then the last one is how to give it a meaning. If you make a name for yourself, why stop at one? See? Rebrand or recreate or wash and repeat in a new category or in a new way or in a new business or whatever it may be, Aquarius. Just you just because this is coming through here, just because you do this and it's beautiful, it doesn't mean you need to stop there. You can continue, develop another plan, and continue and continue and continue to build an empire, Aquarius, because you all are capable of building a beautiful empire of and creating the life of your dreams, right? Look at J.K. Rowling. She started from the bottom, now she's here. Well, and there is some kind of back and forth about her. She does have some kind of what is the word here, Spirit? She can be somebody who causes some uproar from time. So, but she started from the bottom, and then she's here. I mean, right at her peak, I guess is what I'm thinking. Anyway, I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see this message that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. As always, I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.